Hey, I'm about to do a little blade test here between these different saws. I've got a Fiskars right here that retracts into its sheath. We've got a Silky Gomboy of about the same size. And we have my Bahco saw that I usually use with the pointed front. So I bought this with the pointed front end in order to try to slide in between branches. Sorry about the lighting, it's my headlamp here on top of my head. But you can see this is a maple that I'm looking to cut down tonight because I've got two trunks growing really close together, and one is doing better than the other and has better sun exposure and things up at the top, at the crown of it. And so I'm looking to keep this side and get rid of this side. And then when I go to get my Bahco saw in here, here's where I'm having trouble, is that even with this needle nose concept, I can't really get down in between branches. So I'm left cutting this way, which is fine, and it may even happen with these little saws too. But I was given this Fiskars one from my neighbor, thank you very much. And I've got another one now, the Silky, in order to try to get into smaller spaces like this with the blade of my saw to start my cuts on an angle and try to take this out cleanly. So we're going to try these out, starting I guess with this Fiskars. And right away I can tell progress is pretty damn slow. All right. And switching it up to the Silky. And yeah, that's made a huge difference. I gotta say, this is actually going through it. It's a brand new blade, so obviously it's sharp. And the other Fiskars, I don't know how much use that's been put through. This is still not what I would call real fast going, but at least it does again allow me to get my cut started in a hard spot like this, so that I can make sort of a nice angled cut to get rid of this branch. Okay, and now we'll switch up to the Bahco, and again I've got to try to hit it from down here with this saw. And this blade is really dull, but I gotta say that makes good progress through this as well. Yeah, of all of them, I think the Bahco is most efficient. But see, what happens down here too is that the weight of the tree usually starts to go in this direction, and then it'll bind the blade if you're coming from this angle up underneath. And so I end up with a lot of trouble. Oftentimes I end up with one arm reaching around and trying to haul this branch back in close towards me in order to ease the weight off of the plate, the bottom down here where it starts to bind. And right there, see, I'm noticing now it's starting. All right, and we're pretty much through that tree now, and that's starting to bind pretty hard in there. And we're back to the Fiskars for a minute. And watch where all these saw blades are sitting. Yeah, pretty slow progress, but again, I can't tell just how old that blade is, so I won't knock them too bad. But I do think the Silky's performing better, and I like the rubberized handle on this a lot better. Helps keep the hands from getting really cold out here, whereas the Fiskars is like a hard plastic. Also, the Gomboy just folds in two with a standard kind of locking mechanism up here. And that's nice for carrying things. I don't like the ones with the sheath. I think that's pretty cumbersome to be carrying around in the woods, so something that folds up like this, like a knife, is a little bit better for carrying. And yeah, it performs quite well in this. Again, may not cut. I'm not convinced it cuts any more efficiently than the standard type of bow saw, but it definitely does get into these hard to reach places, and it is cutting well enough. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed with it. Okay, I think the tree's ready to go. I don't know what it's hung up on up above there. Anyway, we'll have that off. It's broken there now. Once I take it off down here, I'll fix up the cut again. So I have one cut coming down this way and another one coming in. And I'll once the weight's off of it, then I can shear the cut off really nice. It's hung up bad somewhere up above. So at this point, I'll take the axe to it. And so long as I chop up above the cuts that I've made, it's not going to damage anything further. But it should free this thing up. There it goes. Yeah. All right. And now we'll cut this off better. Make a nice clean spot for this to heal. Okay, so I'm using the Silky here again because of the two little saws. This one seems to be the best, but when I get down into this, you can see this is only a small diameter piece, but it's maple, it's a hardwood, and trying to cut down this angle is really slow and inefficient, even with the Silky here, I'm finding. And this is a brand new blade. Small diameter limbs, hard to reach places, might be great. Cutting off anything of large diameter, I'd say it's still a pretty inefficient way. I'm just going to see if I can get this in here to do it. And no, of course, see, this one still doesn't want to line up right with my cut. And so I'm back to taking it from here. But that seems to go through it faster than the Silky. So, and that's a really old dull blade. I'm actually going to give the cutting potential to the Bahco traditional kind of bow saw. I think this is still more efficient. Anyway, we'll do another video sometime down the road after I've had a chance to use this for a few weeks, and I'll let you know my thoughts on it. Cheers.